when I was young, I used to be very active and running, right? And then when you run, at least you have to take off your shirt, and then you'll be in a vest, and then at that time you see that you look different from the other guys.
This is a very illustrative picture showing how the elbow is 3 inches shorter on the left than on the right. This is the bone. You can see the previous damage that was done to the top part, which is where the growth plate was. The bone itself is straight, but just short. Emmanuel presented to me as an adult patient, and what's really unique about Emmanuel, he had an upper extremity limb length discrepancy, which is much less common than lower extremity limb length discrepancies. Most people come in, they have shortening of one leg versus the other, but he had an upper limb length discrepancy, meaning one of his arms is shorter than the other. This happened when he was a kid. He had an injury to his shoulder, and that caused what's called a growth arrest. Reach is difficult. In other words, his one arm's 3 inches shorter than the other, so he's not able to reach for things in a symmetrical kind of fashion. What ends up happening is you do a lot of extra work with your shoulders, leaning, neck, and so patients like this will present with neck pain, shoulder pain, back pain. That's one part of it. The other part of it is a sort of a body image, self-esteem type of issue.
When I take off my shirt and then I'm in the t-shirt or anything, you see that there's a difference in the length. So it was tough.
The patients that present to me as adults, and Emmanuel is an example of that, these are people who have dealt with this for their whole life.
I would say this was my first major surgery I've had in my life. I was eager to go for it though.
Obviously, when he was a younger man, teenager, young man, he had looked into this and was basically told nothing to do, learn to live with it. And so then when he found out later on in life, as a middle-aged man, that his arm could be lengthened, he could be made symmetrical, that he could wear a shirt and feel good about his elbows being at the same level, he was really excited about learning more about this possibility.
He tried to put me at ease, to let me know that this is just gonna be something easy. And then with the explanation he gave me, and then the research I did, I knew that despite the fact that it's not an easy job, he made it sound so easy and then easy to do too.
We were going to cut the bone. We were going to pull the bone apart very, very slowly using distraction osteogenesis, which is the way bone grows and produces new bone. We were going to use an external fixator that is called a monolateral frame. So it's not a big, bulky circular frame, but it's actually just a bar that goes on the outside. And so 3 inches is about 7 centimeters. It's a millimeter per day. Took 70 days of doing the lengthening. It's really important that they maintain mobility of their adjacent joints, the shoulder and the elbow. We teach them how to do the exercises, and we get them working with physical therapists. And Emmanuel did great.
When I got to realize that there was this deformity, my parents tried to see if they can correct it, but I know it wasn't gonna work, not until it's done surgically.
So Emmanuel is a healthcare professional and is a radiology technician, works at another hospital, and takes x-rays of people all the time. So he has great experience and a very intimate understanding of bones. So this is the final result. You can see the bone is healed. You can't even see any sign of lengthened bone. It's fully healed at this point. That's the side view showing a beautiful column of bone.
This is something you cannot escape. It's natural. And thank God that there's somebody who is doing something to correct these deformities. I never thought in my life that I could get this deformity corrected. So when I had it corrected, when I came over here, I'll tell you, it was more than winning $1 million in a lottery.